Hello, silly cousins. Y'all already know what time it is. Whoa. Let's jump right into these scary stories. Like the video. Comment what day you watching it. What time you watching it. Why are you watching it? You bored? You got my notifications on? Y'all got my notifications on. Just let it pop up on the screen. Like, comment, subscribe, share with someone if you want to. Ain't nobody making you do nothing you don't want to do over here. But we're a family. So, why not? Why would you not want to support your cousin? But other than that, let's get right into it. 3 true motel horror stories. If you've seen Hostel, you already know things get crazy at a hotel. Hostel 1, 2, 3. Crazy. If you ain't seen it, go watch it. But not right now. After we watch this video together.
Motels are creepy places by nature. I always get a bad vibe when staying in an unfamiliar place, usually in the middle of nowhere and very poorly kept. Obviously, I know there are nice and very well located motels, but to tell you the truth, they're in the minority. Anyway, one of the reasons I loathe motels so much is because I spent the worst night of my life in one of them. That night I had met Clark, my Tinder date, with whom I had spent the night at a bar, and we had had a few too many drinks. Clark took me to a sleazy motel to end the night. The room was clean, but looked quite rustic. It had an old television attached to the wall, pointing to a double bed. To the side there was a bathroom, and next to the bed, a piece of furniture with a bedside table. Interesting choice of place to spend the night, Clark. If you ran out of money, you would have agreed to let me pay for half of the dinner.
Ouch. You should appreciate places like this. You must admit they have their charm.
I have no doubt about that. I'm sure many serial killers see the charm. Is that why you brought me here? Are you going to murder me?
I'm sorry,
I don't
but
think that's
that was
romantic.
always the plan.
He said, with a slow and seductive tone as we got face to face.
But I can assure you, it will be worth it.
I guess I can put that in my epitaph. As soon as I said that, we started kissing and threw ourselves onto the bed without stopping at any point. After a few minutes, both of us were on the bed, under the sheets. We were not fully undressed yet, but we were in our underwear, kissing. Suddenly, I heard a vibration, and I stopped kissing Clark.
Oh, hell no.
I think they're calling you. My phone is out of battery.
Ignore them. I'm sure they're just from work.
Oh, okay. As soon as we got close to kissing again, we heard knocks on the door. There was someone behind our door. Wow, really?
For fuck's sake.
Maybe it's someone lost or the owner of the motel. Let's ignore him. As if in response to this, the person knocked harder.
Okay, I had it. I'm gonna see what the hell they want.
Clark grabbed his pants and opened the door violently.
How about you open it
Behind
wide
it,
open?
there was a long-haired man. He was wearing a black overcoat
Close the
with
door.
a hood that he pulled down to speak.
Hello, I'm sorry to bother you. Is this a bad time?
The man
Obviously.
spoke in a subtle, relaxed, almost innocent voice. At all times he was smiling, but slightly, nothing too exaggerated.
Yes. What do you want? I was walking by the rooms and I heard you. I thought I could come and say hello. What? Who
What the
fuck are
fuck?
you? God.
He said, very slowly, and creeped me out. Clark was also scared and took a few steps back, unable to react to what was happening.
Clark, close the damn
Then
door,
his cell phone
boy.
rang again, which took him by surprise and caused
Why
him to
would
turn
you
around
turn
for a second.
around with the door open?
During that small moment, the man pulled out a bag
Ugh,
and started
that's
choking
his fault.
him with all his might.
That's his fault. Want to close?
I got up in my underwear and broke a glass over the man's head.
Good shit.
Surprised,
There you go.
he realized Clark had taken the bag from his head. As soon as he did that, He saw the man coming at him with a knife and managed to dodge it, but got a big cut on his arm. Seeing his wound, Clark ran out of the room in desperation. The man just watched him go. He didn't look angry. He was disappointed. He then turned his head around and
very
saw me,
disappointed.
terrified.
Oh,
He just
am I
left
blocking your
you.
exit? I'm sorry. You can go.
He then stepped aside, still holding the knife tightly in his hand.
Drop the knife and get out of here. Close the door on your way out.
I'm sorry. I can't do that.
The man closed the door and stared at me with a somewhat sad face. That face only lasted a few seconds, since he instantly showed me his innocent smile again.
You said I could leave. Get away from me.
The man started to move, and I walked back even faster. I saw Clark's cell phone on the bedside table, and I backed away to grab it. Then I ran desperately to the bathroom.
Okay, good.
As I entered, I locked the door from the inside. The creepy man didn't run at any point. He just walked calmly toward me. In a panic, I tried to make a call, but the cell phone had a password.
Emergency, girl!
On the other side of the bathroom, the man was banging on the door.
Excuse me, could I come in?
Why are you doing this to me?
Can I come
Leave me
in? Can you leave the
alone.
fucking
Hey,
motel room? What are you
look
talking
angry.
about?
Is everything okay?
Are you making fun of me? What the hell is your problem?
This is for trying to kill you, isn't it? I'm sorry. It's not my fault. He made me do it.
What the hell are you talking about? Who's making you kill me?
God. He is here with me.
God,
I
ain't saying
understand you
nothing
can't
like
see
that.
him, but rest assured, in a very short time, you too will see heaven.
Listen to me. I am a religious woman. I go to church every Sunday. This is not right. Killing is wrong. Do you understand?
Hey, stop crying. This is a good thing. I'm doing it for you.
How?
I know, but he will forgive me. This is a part of something
he
much
won't.
bigger. It is the divine will. You should not resist. Do it for him. I feel that you understand me. We are forming a good bond. You shouldn't be so afraid.
When you told me to go, were you really going to let me leave? Tell me the fucking truth.
He was
No,
lying.
I was going to kill you.
Oh!
I'm sorry I lied to you. Would you let me in, please?
You're still going to kill me?
Yes.
Yes. Can you unlock the door, please?
Still crying, I just ignored him, and he kept patiently knocking on the door.
Where the fuck did
A
Clark
few
go?
seconds later, the phone rang again, and I answered quickly.
Please, I need help. I'm trapped in a motel and a man wants to kill me. Please, call 911.
What? Who are you? Where is Clark?
Clark and I were on
Oh!
a date. We were at a motel and suddenly a man
You
came in.
cheating
He managed to
bastard.
escape, but I'm locked in the bathroom. The man is outside. Please send someone quickly.
What? You bitch! Clark is my husband.
You cheating
I'm
bastard.
sorry, okay? I swear I didn't know. I met
Damn.
him on the internet. I swear he told me he was single. Please, I don't want to die. Send someone. Clark's phone is blocked. Please, you have to believe me. I would never date a married man. Hello? Hello?
Fuck, I know you're telling the truth. It's not the first time the bastard has done this. Listen, I don't know his password, but I'll call the police, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Thank you.
The hotel where you are, does it have red doors and green windows?
Yeah, how did you know that?
Ew, I'm
This fucking
sick.
son of a bitch. I know where you are. Stay there. I'll send help as soon as possible.
Thank you.
And honey, if in the future this happens to you again, you don't need to unlock a cell phone to call 911. After saying
That's
this,
what I
the
said.
woman ended the call. To my surprise, the man had
That's
stopped
what
knocking on
I
the door
said.
as soon as the call began.
They're already contacting the police. They're coming right now. Please go away.
But
On
she
the
might
other
just
side
kick
of
open the door.
I heard nothing.
Are you still there?
I didn't hear anything behind the door, but I wasn't going to take my chances and run away. So I
Don't you
just
dare.
sat and waited for the police.
Good.
We spent several minutes in silence. I could wait for hours, as long as someone was coming to rescue me. I thought about calling the police on my own. What if the girl hadn't done it? I turned the phone back on, but I heard voices coming from nearby.
This is the only room I rented. They have to be here. Yes, there's more blood in here. Thank you, sir. Now go back and lock yourself in. You may be in danger here.
From the way they were talking, I quickly assumed it was the police and the motel owner. So
You're
I
about to
yelled
get stabbed.
as loud as I could.
I'm here! I'm here! Help!
I heard many footsteps running in my direction, and in desperation, I took a chance and opened the door. As I did so, I feared that the voices were friends of the killer or other people who would want to harm me, but all of those doubts vanished when I saw the two uniformed men waiting for me.
Okay.
In tears, I hugged one of them, but when I raised my head, I saw him again. The man was standing at the end of the room, in a blind spot for the policeman who had rushed in and didn't see him. He was unclothed, only in his boxers. His body was
What was he in
covered
there
in the blood
doing?
that fell from Clark's wound, and he was just standing there with a smile on his face and the knife in his hand. I walked away from the officers.
The man who tried to kill me! Behind you!
Both cops turned around in surprise, and in front of them, the man quickly walked toward the officers with the knife raised.
Sir, stop right now, or we will shoot.
When the
Shoot.
man came even closer, both policemen shot him, and he fell to the floor. After being shot 3 times in the chest, the man, who was still smiling, stood up again, as if he felt nothing, and lunged at one of the policemen.
Shoot him in the head.
Before he could stab him, his partner acted quickly and shot him again. But now, in the head, the
There we
man
go.
instantly died. A few
He ain't
minutes
playing
later,
none of
the
that.
ambulance
Keep
and
coming
2
back.
other police cars had
Headshots
arrived.
only.
I was outside getting some air with a blanket over my body, waiting for the cops to take me away from the motel. As I watched the ambulance carry away the man's covered body, one of the policemen approached.
Apparently, we found your date. He's safe. He ran down the road shirtless like a madman all night.
Looks like he'll have a funny story to calm the waters with his wife.
You all right, miss?
A little better. He's dead, isn't he?
Yes, they put him in an ambulance. He won't bother you anymore.
I know, I just saw him. I don't even know why I asked.
Don't worry. You just went through a very traumatizing situation.
Very
This man
traumatizing.
was a monster. I don't know any colleague that even with a bulletproof vest can get shot 3 times and still get up. He was probably under the effect of some kind of narcotic. Sorry. It was a complicated night for all of us. The important thing is that you are safe. We will get you out of here, okay?
Yes. Thank you very much. After I got in the car, the cops started the engine to get us going. I looked back at the motel room from a distance and saw him again,
No, you didn't.
looking at me from the window with his creepy smile while waving a hand at me. I rubbed my eyes in shock at what I was seeing.
It was
But
gone?
when I looked again,
Alright, you just
he was
tweaking?
gone.
Okay.
As the car began to move, I just closed my eyes and settled into the passenger seat.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video. If so,
We are.
please leave a like. And also, a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you want to support this channel and make this channel reach the 1 million mark, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can change your mind later. Enjoy.
I was driving my car in the middle of the night on a stranded highway surrounded by deep woods. It was raining slowly. The car wipers were moving after every few seconds and wiping the windshield clean. Holding the steering wheel with one hand, I tried to navigate to my location with Google Maps, but the network issues made it impossible.
Where the frack am I?
I had been driving for the last 2 hours, trying to find a place for the night, but luck was not in my favor. I tossed my phone onto the passenger seat, yelling.
Damn it! I should have listened to Dad.
I stopped the car under a tree and came out holding my phone. I tried moving it around, just in case it caught a signal, but like I said, my luck was rotten that night.
You got
Wait,
out of the
no
car to
signal.
try to get a
What
service?
more?
I wandered down the empty highway. I was feeling completely clueless when I heard leaves rustle behind me.
Get your ass
Turning
in the car.
around, I said,
Who is that? Hello?
Oh my god.
a shadow moved quickly
Oh, make me
and
sick.
vanished behind a big tree. The chirping crickets mixed with the howling coyotes made me realize I was not in my own neighborhood. I was in the middle of nowhere, and if someone could help me in this situation, it would be only myself. I drove for another half an hour and found a motel on the side of the road. The rain got heavier as I parked the car inside. There was no one in the reception. The motel looked old and rusty, but beggars can't be choosers, so I decided to stay the night anyway. I
How?
came out of the car with my backpack when I heard a slapping sound. Following the sound,
Get back
I
in the
saw
car.
a 2-story wooden house to the left of the motel. A big window
They
on
up
the
there
first floor of the
fighting.
house could be seen with white curtains hanging on it. The light was still on, and I could see shadows of 2 people. A man and a woman were arguing. I could overhear their conversation.
She him or
Sorry.
he her?
I didn't mean to upset you.
I know. I'm sorry for hurting you. I didn't mean to cheat on you.
You never hurt me. You are my husband. I know how much you love me.
I just couldn't believe this woman,
What?
I uttered to myself.
Yeah, right. He slaps you and cheats on you because he loves you. Dumb woman.
Just then, the woman behind the curtain turned to the window. Feeling awkward and a bit startled, I quickly
back in
went
the car.
inside the office. I was pretty sure that the woman saw me eavesdropping. After waiting there for 5 minutes, I could hear slow footsteps coming toward the motel reception. A woman walked into the office. Her face seemed pale, like she hadn't slept well in a while. She got behind the counter and gave me an eerie smile.
Sorry. Dry month. We rarely have guests at this time.
No problem. I would like a room.
Yes, of course. Single bed?
Yeah, that'll do. She handed me the key of room number 3 and said,
Here's your key. It's $35 a night.
I gave her 4 $10 bills, saying,
Keep the change, thanks.
I was too tired to stop for a chat, so I headed straight to my room. I turned back to the house one last time, and the hair on the back of my neck stood up. The shadow of the husband could be seen through that curtain, and this time he was facing the window. So the man was watching me now.
What a bunch of weirdos.
Spooked
Oh, that's
out by
probably
all
her
this,
husband.
I walked faster and
The
got inside the
receptionist.
room, closing the door behind me.
That
The
same
room
hotel.
looked old. The room's furniture included a table, 2 chairs, a lamp on the bedside, a jug of water on a stand, and a small wooden cupboard hanging on the wall. Dirty,
How long that
dusty
water
wallpapers were
been there?
resting on the damp walls.
Ugh, dry month it is.
I changed into my pajamas and went to wash my face before going to bed. The washroom had a big mirror with water stains on it. The leaky faucet in the sink was creating a spooky tapping sound. As I turned back to the room, my stomach dropped. The
Oh,
room light was turned off. Looking at this invincible darkness outside the washroom, I realized someone came into my room. Drops of sweat appeared on my forehead. I slowly grabbed the metal toothbrush stand
Good.
and said in a fumbling voice,
Who is it? How the hell did you get in? This isn't funny, okay?
oh, hell no.
You can see me, but I can see you.
Oh my god!
I ran to close the bathroom door, and heavy footsteps rushed at me.
Oh,
Before I could close the door, the woman behind the counter surfaced from that darkness, holding a sharp knife.
What are you doing here?
She smiled like a creep, and her left eye twitched.
You think you can take my husband from me? He's mine, okay?
then
Are
she
you out of your
don't want
mind,
him.
you psycho?
Before I could get a hold of the situation, the woman charged me with the knife and ended up slashing my arm.
Oh,
I screamed in pain as blood came out from the deeply cut wound.
Ah! I'll keep cutting you like a pig until you die bleeding. Why are you doing this? Because he can't stop staring at your perfect bed-ready body. Look how he's watching you, standing there.
The woman pointed at the corner of the dark bedroom while saying this. It made me feel sick.
What the hell? Both of you, get out of this room right now before I call the cops.
You
Oh,
won't
she's
get
stabbing
to call
you.
anyone.
I promise, darling.
That's
no
what I'm
one
saying.
is gonna come between you and me.
The woman lunged at me with her knife, but before she could stab me, I hit her on the face with the metal toothbrush holder.
Good.
I am no weakling, so the strike made her pass out right away.
Oh,
I
she
couldn't
said I'm
see her husband
strong.
because of the darkness.
She said
but I
I'm
still
like
yelled.
that, bitch.
I
Stop
am
playing.
calling the cops. You better stay right where you are, or I'll knock you out like your wife.
Oh,
He didn't answer or make a
period.
sound.
She said I beat
I
your
grabbed
wife
the
ass
woman's
and I'll
knife
beat
from
your
the
ass.
floor
Don't play
and
with
came
me.
out of the
Watch him be
With
dead.
trembling hands, I switched on the
She
room
gonna have a
lights,
dead body
and
up in
to my
there.
shock, I found myself standing alone in the room. The husband was nowhere to be seen. Thinking he had escaped, I locked the door
Watch him
and
be
called
dead.
911. The
'Cause we
woman
did
was
see a
still
body
unconscious when
somewhere.
the cops arrived. They took her away in an ambulance, and one cop came to me.
Ma'am, how are you feeling now?
I think her husband is hiding somewhere in the room. She told me he was watching me. That's why she wanted to kill me.
That's not possible, ma'am.
Did you check the room?
Dead.
We don't need to check the room. We found her husband.
Well, where is he? I
Dead.
see you handcuffing that peeping Tom.
We found him dead upstairs in that house.
What?
Yes, it seems like she murdered her husband a long time back. There's no way you could have seen or heard her husband.
She was up there
That guy has
slapping
been
herself.
dead for a month now.
Then who talked in that man's voice?
I have to get away from her. She is sleeping now. I just have to kill this man, and then I'm free. Free from my wife. Free for my life!
Is that the wife?
What do you mean I can't take care of him? I'm his father, Patricia.
My dad was yelling at my mother, and I listened quietly.
Really?
Wait, I just want to. Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to hear that last part one more time, because
Free from her. She is sleeping now. I just have to kill this man, and then I'm free. Free from my wife. Free for my life!
she just went crazy is all. She just went crazy is all. I just had to recap because I was like, is that the? I was like, is that the husband? Did he go crazy? But the cops, had said that, the husband was upstairs dead, so we know he's upstairs dead. I'm sorry. Yawning in y'all faces.
What do you mean I can't take care of him? I'm his father, Patricia.
My dad was yelling at my mother, and I listened quietly.
Really? So it was all you? Bullshit! That's it! I'm done with you! You can talk to my lawyer now.
He kept the phone on the heavy dial a little forcefully, and then kicked on the post nearby out of anger. Then he started to calm down his anger by breathing heavily while closing his eyes. After a few seconds, he came
Quick
back to the
meditation.
car. He got into the driver's seat. I said,
Are you and Bobby having a fight?
my dad looked at me with
Nah,
a sad
fuck her.
face and said,
Would you like to live with me for a while?
Okay.
thanks, kiddo. So, we will spend the night in a motel, and then I'll get us on the first flight to Berlin tomorrow.
Will Mom be coming?
Maybe not this time. We were driving down the dark, empty highway. I kept staring at the bushy trees passing us by. Suddenly, my dad took a left, and we saw a red light blinking at some distance on the side of the road. He drove towards the sign and stopped. It was a motel. We got out of the car and he said, "Let's stay the night here. Tomorrow we will drive to Grandpa's. It will be good for us to spend the summer with him." I yawned and nodded my head, saying yes. We started walking to the motel reception. An old man with a round, chubby face was sitting behind the counter. His one eye was poorly stitched from some recent accident. He looked up
Recent?
and down and then looked at me.
We don't have rooms.
Hey, come on. I have a son. I can't stay in the car. Help me out here. Saying this, my dad took out a $50 bill and put it on the counter. The man took it and handed us a room key. On that key was written, room number 9.
How you
My
ain't
dad
got
asked
rooms
the
and then
man,
you automatically
Is
got
there
one?
any food? The vending machine is on the end of the corridor. With his annoyed reply, my dad and I started walking to our room. We stopped outside room 9. Unlocking it, my dad said, Luca, go lie down on the bed. I will be back with some snacks, okay?
Oh no, don't leave
I
him
went
alone.
inside, took off my jacket, and looked at the room. The room had separate beds, and I knew my dad had a habit of going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I didn't want my sleep to get disrupted, so I slept on the bed near the room door. I was half asleep when I heard the room door open. Thinking it's my dad, I said, I'm not hungry now, I need to sleep. I waited for him to answer back, but when 5 minutes went by and he still didn't say a word, I opened my eyes and got spooked. There was a woman sitting near my foot and watching me. I felt as if I was going to die of a heart attack. The way she gazed into my eyes,
What is she doing up in
I
there?
felt my body paralyzing with fear. Her pale skin, accompanied by blue veins peeking underneath them, made her look horrible. Her glassy blue eyes looked dead. But when I noticed her neck, I almost peed the bed. Her long, black braided hair was tied to her neck like a hanging rope. She grinned at me, and I opened my mouth to scream, but no voice came out. Mimicking my fear, she opened her mouth to scream too, but instead of a voice, her long, hanging tongue came out like a flapping dead bird. She started to choke herself with her own braid. Her eyes were bulging out. Her tongue was coming out. Her face started to turn blue when my dad entered and switched on the room light. As soon as the lights hit the floor, I found myself alone in that room. The woman was nowhere to be seen.
Sleep paralysis?
Seeing me all freaked out, sitting on the bed while breathing heavily, he asked, Luca, what is it? I couldn't speak for a while. I just kept staring at him with my fearful eyes. My dad came close to me and said in a worried voice, Hey! Did you have a bad dream?
She was sitting on the side of the bed and watching me.
What? Who? Someone came into the room while I was gone?
No, I opened my eyes and saw her.
My dad checked the room, then the bathroom. But she was gone, vanished in thin air. I think you had a bad dream, kiddo. How did she look?
Demon.
Very bad.
What do you mean by very bad?
Her face was all blue, and her eyes were rolled up inside of her head. Her long braid was tied around her head.
My dad's face changed to suspicion, and he slowly looked around the room. Then he looked back to me and said, Let's get some sleep. We ate the vending machine snacks and went to bed. I don't remember the time, but I woke up hearing a spine-chilling scream. Suddenly, the lights started to flicker, and the cupboard doors began to open and shut like crazy.
Oh yeah,
I
y'all
screamed out to my
haunted.
dad, who was watching all this paranormal stuff happen right in front of his eyes.
What's happening, Dad?
Nothing, just a power outage. Relax, kiddo. The lights flickered a few more times and then the bulb exploded.
Power
The
outage?
room
What
went into
about the damn
complete
cabinet?
darkness. The moonlight from the window helped us to see. Suddenly, a female sobbing voice started to come from the corner of the room. A woman was crying in pain, horrible pain. Her cry was maddening and also scary at the same time. My dad said in a fumbled voice, Who are you? Where?
Help you?
Where are you, Emmy?
Oh, no thank you. Oh, Luca,
Suddenly,
jump to
the
your
room
daddy's
door
bed.
slammed open, and a gush of wind entered. Our eyes were stuck to the door, thinking the woman would come in from there. But instead, she came running from that dark corner.
A scary-looking dead woman wearing a white dress. Her arms aimed for my neck. I screamed, and my dad grabbed me, and we both hugged each other, closing our eyes, waiting to
Not
die
doing
a
nothing.
horrible death.
Ridiculous.
But suddenly, everything went silent. When we opened our eyes, the woman was gone. My dad didn't wait a single extra second. We packed our bags and came out.
You can come out now, Wanda. Free $50.
Oh, God, these people are so stupid.
Get ready for the third round in one night.
I'll check the special effects. You give them room 8 this time. It'll be easier for me to travel through the secret doors.
This way! This way, gentlemen!
Oh, they just ain't shit. They just scamming folks. I'm over here like the baby got sleep paralysis early. And the cupboard's going. The daddy pretending like he can't see nothing. That ain't it. None of that is it at all. But they just lying. They just scamming. What? That was crazy. That was pretty good. I like that. I love a hotel, so that's where, that's why this one was kind of good for me. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know which story was your favorite story. Oh. I'm sorry, yawning. My favorite has to be, I want to say it was number 2. If I'm not mistaken. Old girl stuck in the hotel room, thinking she's on a nice little Tinder date. In reality, you there with someone's husband, so he's over there cheating. He was blowing up the phone when y'all was about to get down to the dirty. That's why that man came there, said he was sent from God. I'm over here like, y'all always pick, God in your situations, but was it God? Because, you sleeping with someone's husband, he the one that got sliced. He didn't even get sliced. He didn't get injured. So he might not have been there for you. He was there for a dude who's breaking his vows. And she still called the cops for her. I think that was my favorite. Yeah, so what was your favorite story? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you want to. I'm shy of 300 followers, away from 1,000. Let's get to 1,000 followers. I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining me, and bye.